Hey, um, so I was on my way home from work tonight and I started like writing a poem in my head because, I do that. And, I thought I'm actually going to do something really brave and like tweet at Mahogany Brown, who came into, Professor Perdomo. It's my favorite professor. I don't know who's watching this, but you guys should know who he is because he's awesome. Willie Perdomo, Google him. But she came into one of my classes and was incredible. And one of the poems she did was kind of a definition of herself. And she said that she does them like once a year, I think, because, we're always kind of changing who we are. If your definition is permanent, it's probably wrong. Anyway, so she did that, and it was really, really cool. And since it's the new year, I guess I tried. I don't think it's as amazing as hers was, but I don't know. I kind of like it. So let me know what you think. Yeah, and I'm tweeting this at Mahogany Brown because bravery. Define yourself. You told me who I was when I was 4 and 7 and 9 and 13 and 15 and 18 and 20, but I have not yet told you who I am, so you do not know. I'm just a girl, but there are words shooting sparklers from my fingertips, and I smile sun or fire, I decide, and I cry rain or blood, I decide, and I was born of bad decisions, of mouthwash swigs to take the edge off, and diaries we all thought we had hidden well enough. And my roots are rot, so I have outgrown them, though finding my own world was like reconstructing my entire skeleton. I'm a writer, but there is so much more that I do not write down, so many words swirling in my head at once that I wouldn't be surprised if I wasn't alone in here, wouldn't be surprised if I've been tripping over tumors all this time. And I dance like dust when it is caught for a moment in a spotlight and forgets to be ashamed, and I sing beauty into whispers you will never hear, into pillows that only ever smell like me, and I have been called Cinderella, Snow White, Ariel, Belle, Mulan, Rapunzel, but I have never in my life felt like I belonged in a fairy tale, so I rewrote them all. And I have been called too thin, too big, too short, too tall, too fast, too slow, so I rearranged my limbs into what I chose. And I hate my fingernails, hate the space under my eyes, so I paint both layers of disguise, and I think that means something. I think there's some Shakespeare here, because all that glisters is not gold, but I'm sure there are still some pieces hidden behind my two big ears. Grandpa used to pick them out. And I love too big, too strong, because I never expect it to amount to anything. And if it isn't measurable, it doesn't exist anyway. And if the way they measure life is subtracting it from the weight of a corpse, I want to be the heaviest of souls. Define yourself. I am not half of what I want, but more than I expected. I am the glass full. I am the snow in spring because I was born from it, and my fingers are red, but that means they are still a part of me. And I laugh twice what I cry because I never stop myself from laughing, and no one will ever know how often I want to cry because I inherited my collarbone from my mother and it is strong, and I inherited my will from my father, and no one understands how hard it works to put off the inevitable. And I don't know the languages of my grandparents, but I still sing their songs. And I don't know my fate yet, but that's okay because I am the one who will create it. And I do not trust my heart or my head, but I trust my dreams and I trust my sweaty palms. And I do not know where I belong yet, but this body is starting to feel like home. The moon outside my window is starting to feel like home. I am starting to feel like home. And I'm trying to tell you who I am, but I am unexpected and unpredictable and lonely and always never beautiful and never always beautiful. But who am I to tell you? You are human as well. You know as well as I do that it's all a trick of the light. And I am not sure where the shadows end, but they constantly change, and so do I, and so do you. And maybe, if we all heave at once, it will all be relative, and we will exist on the same plane, and I'm pretty sure no scientist is forecasting that kind of beauty. If there is wind outside, it knows my name. And that is enough of a definition. So that's that. Tell me what you think.